Okay, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, Luke.
My pleasure.
Commiserations wasn't to be here at the O2, but to be involved in a thrilling final. Can you take so much from that in defeat?
Yeah, of course. You can't win everything at the end of the day. You can't. I thought I played it right tonight. There was a massive wind coming across the stage. It's not bitter, but it's been like the last 5 out of 6 weeks, to be honest. So it's something I've had to get used to. Luke had to deal with it. We spoke about it before the final. He said he struggled with it. I struggled with it, but we still managed to put on a good game. And after the 10th leg, it was lovely. It allowed us, I think, when you see, to be able to play a great darts then, because the wind stopped coming across the stage and was able to play a fantastic game. If it would have been like that from the 0 leg, result probably would have been the same, but it might have been an absolute thriller. But he did fantastic tonight, and he's the rightful champion. What's it like stood behind a player when it's almost like they can't miss? Because that little 5-leg blitz that he puts on would have put anyone. Yeah, I'm capable of them 5-leg blitz as well myself. So he could have been stood behind me, watching me do that. I could have been stood behind Michael van Gerwen, him doing that to me, and Luke could have been sat behind Michael Smith doing that. We're all capable of it, but he does it more often than most people, and that is what puts him as one of the top players in the world, doesn't it? And I think that's why, me, Luke, Mike van Gerwen, Michael Smith are all the top players in the world, because we're capable of things like that under pressure. And, he showed that tonight, and that's why he's the deserved Premier League champion. Is it not a surprise anymore when he does this? It's the story now around Luke, just a world-class dart player winning games. Yeah, but it will get to that point one day. I think everybody's desperate to see him win, and everybody wants to see Luke Little win. It'll get to the point where probably people in 10 years' time will probably end up being like Phil Taylor, and no one wants to see him win anymore because he wins everything, and that's what the unfortunate events that happen. But he's won his first major title. We all knew it was coming. We didn't know when it was going to be, but it was always going to happen. But he is, of course, he's beatable. He's definitely beatable. But tonight he wasn't, and he was. If we look at it as a whole, he was definitely the deserved champion, and I'm sure he'll win many, many more of them. Thank you, Phil.
You two are contesting now the World Final, the Premier League Final. Sure, it wasn't the last major final.
No, I hope not.
Does it almost feel like Barney and Taylor a little bit?
Them two are legends in their own rights. But of course, I can never promise you anything. But sitting here, you'd hope that there's going to be many more major finals between us both. I don't want to sound big-headed, but I do feel like we are the two best players in the world. I don't know if everyone else agrees. I just think that's probably the right thing to say. I'm not going to sit here and say Luke's better than me. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm better than Luke. I think we have that level that anybody can beat anybody. But of course, he won tonight and he was the better player. But I do feel over the next, if he wants to play that long, Luke, 15, 20 years, we could see many, many battles in major finals, of course. And I hope that's the case as well.
This is your Premier League debut. Do you remember what you were doing 12 months ago before you'd even won your first major?
Well, I certainly wasn't sat watching the final. I wasn't watching it. I actually can't remember what I was doing, but it was a privilege to be a part of this. It was a fantastic season. I'm really, really proud of the way I conducted myself. A great league season for myself. I think it was 100.5 average. I couldn't have asked too much of myself. 4 nightly wins, making the final, 102, 103 average in the final. I did all I could, played my best. It wasn't enough, and that's what it is sometimes. You can't always win everything. That's why I said up on the stage, you can't win everything. There is other great players in this world, but I am gutted, of course, but I'm really, really proud of the season as a whole.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you.
Thank you.
Luke, you're obviously good pals. You practiced together before the start of the night as well. Is that difficult to suddenly become rivals on stage? We talk about it all the time, but that's difficult. And what did you say to it at the end?
No, it's not hard, because I've had it so many times where you're friends with people. I love Luke to bits. We get on really well. But when I'm on the dartboard, we're not friends. You want to beat each other. What did you say? What did I say to him at the end? I said to him what he said to me, because when I won the Worlds, he was so mature. He said, go on and celebrate. And that's why I said to him, go on, remember what you told me, go on and celebrate. Because sometimes when you win such a big tournament, you just don't really know what to do. And I didn't know what to do when I won the World Championships. And he said to me, go on and enjoy it and go on and celebrate. And I did. And that's why I give him that bit of advice back, because I didn't want him to feel like he had to be too respectful or not celebrate. I wanted to go on and enjoy the occasion, which he deserved. Thank you.
Luke, how excited are you for what else is to come this season? Obviously, you're off to New York and put the World Cup, the World Match Play.
Yeah, let's say that. every week we've got so many competitions to play. You cannot sit here, be disappointed and be down. There's so many tournaments to be involved in now, which is the great thing about darts. I think 20 years ago there was like 4 or 5 major tournaments, and you could sit there and be disappointed for 2 months, whoever, in them days, and you'd be disappointed for such a long time, and then it'd be hard to build yourself up. Whereas now, there's a competition every week. So, I've got New York next week. I want to go into that and win it. Of course, I want to win everything I play in. So I'll go to next week. I'll enjoy myself, and I'll be hoping I can win that. But you've got the match play, of course. That's another one that I'll have my eye on in a few months.
It seems like you and Littler could really pull the rivalry out for the next 10 years. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah, I do agree with it. I think there's definitely a reasonable thing that could happen. Of course, in the next 2, 3, 4 years, there's going to be other youngsters that will come through, and they may take Luke's shine away from him. There could be another great youngster that comes through. Who knows? Because he was able to do it at such a young age. There's obviously going to be other players out there that can do the same. So, but I do believe that it takes a lot to be one of the top players in the world of darts, and he's definitely one of them. So I do feel like over the next 5 to 10 years, for definite, that we will battle out for many, many major titles, and I hope that's the case as well.
Do you forget how young he is? He's 17.
Yeah, look, you can be as young as you want, but the way he deals with the pressure is what is. He's a fantastic player, but the way he deals with the pressure is what, to me, is the most remarkable thing about him. And I think he can do, but it gets to a point where you watch him, you think, how much better can you get? He's already at a level where you think, can you get much better? He possibly could. Of course he could. But the thing for me that amazes me about him so much is his composure under pressure more than his talent. For a 17-year-old to be so composed under pressure is what impressed me the most out of everything, to be honest. And that is one of the key things you need to be a top elite player, is the composure under pressure. And he's got it. So if his talent shines through even more and more, then he'll win bags of stuff.
How do you feel your thoughts? You go into your break at 5-5, you pulled it back to 5-5, you come back from the break, and he does you with a 9-darter. What goes through your mind at that moment?
Not much.
What are you thinking? Yeah, you should keep back up.
Not much went through my mind. Obviously, I was really proud of him, really happy for him, because a 9-darter in such a big final is obviously absolutely insane. But it's just one leg to me, so it didn't change my thought process of the way I thought. I didn't think when he hit it that I couldn't win the game. I just, as you see on the stage, I was really happy for him, really proud of him, because he hit such a fantastic 9-darter in such a pivotal moment in the game. So, but it didn't change my mind, my thinking. I still believed I could have won, but he went on a fantastic run of legs there at the end and showed why he deserved to be the champion.
A lot of sport is based on rivalries, Harley, Frazier, the Ashes, Ben v Eubank, but you two just don't look like you've got it in yourselves to dislike each other.
Yeah, but you're talking about boxers that want to punch each other's heads off. We don't. We're dart players. There's a complete difference. Yeah, but
you seem to be the best of enemies.
Yeah, because what's the point of animosity in this game? If you walk into a room and you have animosity against someone, it's not a nice place to be around. We're around each other all the time. I don't want to have that animosity towards him. I'm sure he'll come in and tell you he doesn't have that animosity around me. We just get along. And that sometimes happens in sport. There's many sportsmen that they just don't get along because they're enemies, because they think that each other's better than the other. I don't think we think each other's better than the other. We both know how good we are. And we have utmost respect, and I love that about him a lot, because if he didn't have that respect for me, I would feel a little bit hurt, because obviously I've achieved a lot more than he has, but he's got that respect for me, which I like, and I've got that respect for him, because we both get along really well. We both relish each other's talent.
Is there anything you can try to put on his strike?
No, there isn't, because I wouldn't want to. No, because I wouldn't want to do that. That's not cheating, but I don't want to put him off, because at the end of the day, if I do things like that I've had against me, I'm trying to do things that's not natural. I'd rather beat him at his best, and I think he'd rather beat me at his best. If I do things to put him off, what does that make me? It doesn't make me a real champion, does it? No, I want to play him when he's at his best. I would never ever try and put any player off, let alone Luke. If I was to beat him tonight, it probably would have been at his best. So I would have walked away and been so proud that I beat him at his best, rather than trying to put him off, because I wouldn't want to do that.
So what can you do when he's on a run like that?
Well, I can be better. I think we see in the World Championships, I can be great as well. Just tonight he was better. World Championships I was better. Then things happen. We might play each other in the final World Match Play. I might be better, but you don't need to do anything to put each other off. We're both sportsmen at the end of the day. We understand what it takes to win. There's nothing you can do to change anything. He was just better tonight. But like I said, I was better the Worlds, wasn't I? So, sometimes it doesn't matter. He couldn't do anything to me in the Worlds. I couldn't do anything tonight. It's just two great players going at it.
Got to give Luke, well done tonight.
Thank you.
Performance. First and foremost, just talk about the crowd. 40,000-ish.
Oh, amazing.
What was it like?
Yeah, it was insane. It's one of the greatest crowds I've been involved in. First of all, they were absolutely respectful. I had no boos, whistles or anything when I was throwing darts, and that's all you ask for. It's up there, one of the greatest crowds I've been involved in. Obviously, singing Michael Smith's song, Michael Van Gerwen's song tonight, Luke's song, my song. It was absolutely incredible tonight. The crowd should be very proud of themselves because it was one of the best I've been involved in. They all celebrated us all in the same way. It was a pleasure to be a part of.
You turned conductor as you came out of the final, geeing up the crowd. Is that song staying now, is it?
It's definitely staying, of course, but it's important to get the crowd involved in it because it's nice to, they pay their money to come and watch us. It's nice to make them feel a part of it, and I haven't had the best song for many, many years, but I've got a good song now, so I want them to feel a part of it, and it was a good feeling for me.
There's a lot of talk of rivalry, but I'll put that aside and talk of you both as top of the tree at the moment, youngsters, and move on a little bit to inspiration, because we all talk about Luke Littler, but you're playing a part of that now. It wouldn't be great if he was smashing everybody each week, and you're giving him, great competition as you did in the Worlds and here tonight. Are you seeing a change in darts? Are you seeing the popularity rise from kind of within it?
Yeah, I am seeing it. It's the sport is growing massively, but a lot of people think it's just because of Luke Littler, but it's not. I think the whole, I'm part of that now. I don't care what anybody says. I think I'm part of that popularity rise. Luke's let's be honest, a main part of it. But you got Mike Van Gerwen, Michael Smith, Nathan Aspinall, Rob Cross going. There's so many great players in darts now, and it's growing massively, and that's fantastic for us as players. It's going to mean bigger prize funds, bigger tournaments. We're really, really excited for the future. I definitely am for sure.
Final one from me. What are 6 months? I know you go to the States soon, but let's just reflect slightly. What has kind of been the best bits for you? How have you changed as a person? What's like?
What's been the best of the last 6 months?
Yeah,
being world champion.
But how has life changed for you?
Yeah, it's changed because it's really, really busy, and it's 100 miles an hour. Everything's fast, and you don't really get much time off. I'll look forward to New York because I get some time to enjoy myself. And spend some time with my girlfriend as well, that we're both going together. So, it's going to be really good. I'm going to really enjoy it. But I'm going to go there to win. I want to bounce back. I want to win. I want to win in New York. It'll be a great feeling for me. But just being involved in these massive events is all I ask for. And 6 out of 7 major finals for me is absolutely fantastic. So if I can keep building on that and keep making finals, then it's always going to take a tough performance to beat me, like I said, and it did tonight.
Final quick one. What's more nerve-wracking, being up there in the final or watching Leeds?
It's going to be more nerve-wracking on Sunday, I promise you. I didn't feel no nerves tonight. I really didn't. I enjoyed myself. I won't enjoy myself Sunday because the difference is I'm in control of what happens tonight. I'm not in control of what happens on Sunday. So, I think I'll be more nervous on Sunday, to be honest.
Good luck. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for a great endorsement of darts and
my pleasure
for darts. It was a tremendous night for all the players and for obviously you and Luke, and got to say the future is partly upon looking very bright.
Yeah, well, if you're not a Luke, you're just living in a Luke world, aren't you? Everyone's just living in it.
I've put my best Bolton accent on to say but during that final, obviously there was that turn of the after the break with the 9-darter, and apart from the kitchen sink, you got the game to beat him, but it just seemed to be he just went on.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I think after the 10th leg, if he didn't play that well, I probably would have won the game, to be honest. I think I started all of a sudden playing really well. The breeze stopped a little bit and I was able to play my own game, and you see that. If he didn't play as well as he did, I could have been 11-7 the winner. But he showed a level of his game that I couldn't quite get hold of, and that was the difference, to be honest. But if he wouldn't have done what he did, then I could have. If he would have played like he did the previous 10 legs, and I carried on playing like I did, I probably could have won, but I didn't. And he played better, and that was the key. So I thought it was a fantastic game. We both give it our best, and you know, it was a great advert for the sport to us. I think there's going to be many major finals between us in the futures.
Looking forward to each final.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I look forward to being a part of them. So thank you.
Is that okay, everybody? Lee, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Luke, as well, for seeing.